What's good, YouTube? Steady Ants coming back at you guys for another YouTube reaction video today, man. Today we're going to be reacting to Andrew Tate's Real World is now a billion-dollar company breakdown, man. Andrew Tate's been trending recently. I'm not sure if he's still in jail, but I know that he did end up having to go to like Romanian prison very recently. So let's dive into this.
Another thing that's funny, this was last night. You know what? I'm worth, I say I'm a billionaire, and people think I'm lying about that, but I'm not lying. And I want people to understand at home that I have an online educational platform called The Real World, where we teach people how to make money online. 18 modern wealth creation methods is $49 a month. It turns over, let's say, $13-14 million a month. At $14 million a month, that's 7 times multiplier, which is pretty standardized for a tech company. I have a billion-dollar company, which I own 100% mine. I own it. So I'm a billionaire. And I was sitting at home with my brother last night, smoking a cigar, and we were playing Uno.
A little board game, is that?
Uno, bro.
Yep, okay.
And it's serious. Street
Uno, bro.
We
Uno,
don't take
bro.
Uno lightly. So we're playing Uno. And Tristan said, when we were broke, we sat in Luton playing Uno. And now we're billionaires. We sit here playing Uno.
What's the difference?
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Changes. Because the best thing about life is going to be spending time with the people you care about and your brother. Okay, now I have better security. Cool, now I'm smoking a cigar. Yes, my house is nicer. But the fundamentals of my life are basically the same. If I have any spare time at all, I'll sit with my brother and we'll do something asinine. And a lot of people, especially these people who are getting rich, because they're not quality people and they don't have quality relationships, they don't have brotherhood. They don't have a network of people they can rely on. They don't have a woman who truly loves them. And they're going to try and buy it, and they're going to find out that can't be done. The best thing about my life, the reason I am so rich is not because I have money. It's because I have friends who I could give all my money to. And my girl. And say, I'll see you in 10 years.
He goes, and my girl.
And that's money.
Dude, I fucking feel bad for Andrew Tate a little bit because I actually was just watching a video of Andrew Tate. This man has a Bugatti, okay, chat? And he used to just drive it around, have a great time. And the past, 2 years, this man has been on house arrest. They throwing his ass in Romanian jail, prison cells. I want forever for this man to just be free and live life again, because when Andrew Tate is free and living life, I feel like the world's in a better place, and the YouTube community is making a whole lot more money. Whole lot more.
That's wealth. That's rich. Most people can't do that. These fucking nerds make a bunch of money. They can't trust anyone around them. They can't trust their chick. They can't trust their friends. They can't trust anything. Then what do you have? It's only money. And I think money is probably the third or fourth most important thing in the world. It is important, but above that is health.
Third or fourth?
And love.
Oh, word.
And your network and people you care about. There's certainly things above money. And if you have all of those and then you get money, you can amplify it. But I think a lot of people don't understand that money's an amplifier. I said this often to people who ask me questions. I've had little nerds come up to me and go, I want to get rich. I was like, bro, you need to stop being a geek. Because if you get rich, you're going to be a
Andrew, I am a tech nerd. I know how to use so many different software and applications on a computer. I have certifications that I've had to take exams for to do software engineering. I have a management information's bachelor's of science degree from a university where the program is top 5 in the nation. I don't know if the problem is being a geek or a nerd, but it's definitely more of getting yourself out of the box. I don't know what he's trying to say here. Maybe you need to do, I don't know. Let's hear what he says. But I just don't like this point that he's saying you got to stop being a geek or a nerd, because I'm a geek and a nerd. I'm pretty successful. There's a lot of people at the top of the echelon that are also very successful that are geeks and nerds. Not everyone's going to be a top G, bro. How about you give some money advice to the people that are the geeks, that are the nerds? You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Fucking mega geek. You're a dork. Fix it. Fix it. I hope you don't get rich before you fix your problem.
Because I don't care if I'm a geek or a dork, honestly, because I lived the college life, brother. I have been a top G, so to speak. I had a great time in college. I experimented. I did my thing. But now I enjoy, hanging out, streaming, reacting to videos, and I don't think that makes me a geek or a nerd at all, and I don't think it's fair to call people that in general.
Problem, sir, because you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Because if you get rich in the state you're in, you're done, bro.
Yeah. You're going to get fucked over one time.
You don't want that. You need to go and fix everything about yourself, and then maybe God will reward you. Maybe you're not rich because you're a little nerd, and he's tired of it. Yeah. I'm tired of it. For 5 seconds, I don't want to talk to you anymore. So you need to understand these things and build a base of life and understand what's important, and then you get money and allows you to amplify all of it.
Here's what I'm going to ask you, Tate, yeah? Would you say that the real world is one of, like, you know, the main income streams for yourself?
No, so I wouldn't say it's the main income stream. What I will say, first I'll say why it exists. I'm going to go conspiratorial again.
Go on. We love it.
Why not? I've sat in jail trying to analyze which power structures want me in jail. I've sat there and said, okay, why do they want me in jail? Well, the military-industrial complex wants me in jail because I tell kids not to join the army and not to go die in a foreign war for no reason, because every reason they tell you to go to war is a lie. So the army wants me in jail. And then,
before we dive into this deep section that Tate's about to talk about here, I just love that we're on a platform where we as men can listen to and appreciate men that are worth millions. You know, it's very motivating. And obviously back in our parents' days, if you're, you know, Generation Z and below, they did not have this sort of technology where they could gain wisdom or information from men like Andrew Tate. He's got 50 million in the account. He's got Bugattis, the cars. He's got an insane estate in Romania. He's got a great sense of humor. I think he has a great sense of apparel. And it's just, it's so wonderful that I'm able to listen to guys like him and some other people, of course, that have a lot of wisdom and can teach you how to live the right way. So before we dive into this piece about making money, I want to get that across.
I sat there and thought, okay, well, the feminists and the matriarchy want me in jail because I'm inspiring masculinity, which is resistance to their power. And where there's a power struggle, there's conflict, and they want me in jail because I tell men that they're allowed to have standards.
Yep.
I'm seen
You're
as a
allowed to be a
misogynist.
man.
Yeah, I'm seen as a misogynist because I effectively say as a man, you're allowed to have a standard. Yep. You're allowed to say to a woman, no, you're not supposed to speak to me that way. I'm a full-grown adult, and I want to be respected in my household. That makes me a bad person. So that's why the matriarchy wants me in jail.
It's easy to say all that when you have millions.
Powerful structures want me in jail. Well, maybe the educational platforms want me in jail. Maybe the education system wants me in jail because that's the biggest scam of them all. The biggest scam of them all is the modern education system. And I can prove to you it's a scam, and they know it's a scam.
I have not looked into the modern education system since, you know, because I graduated college last year. Thank the Lord that I was able to get out and graduate. But I just remember I was miserable in my middle school and high school days. Of course, you know, I had fun. But I was miserable, okay? And I can't imagine what it's like now. But I would still highly, highly suggest that every person gets an education. And at least 12 years of education. So that's my take.
Scam because it has to operate inside of a vacuum. If it wasn't a scam, they would allow people to take out a loan and decide what they spend it on. Do you want to start a business? Do you want to buy crypto? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to buy a car? Do you want to get a degree?
Yep.
No, you can only get a degree with the loan because if they give you any choice, no one will pick a degree because they know it's useless, because it's out-of-date information that takes too long to teach, and you get massively in debt.
You do get massively in debt. It's a great point. But as I'm looking up at my degree here, it's more than just a piece of paper for me. That was about 16 years of my life in education, right? 16 years I had to work. 16 years I had to work hard and figure out and go through all my trials and tribulations just to even find the specific degree I wanted to look for. And with that knowledge obtained through my 16 years of education, now I'm 22 years old. Now I can start to live life. But the only reason I feel satisfied with saying that is because I accomplished the challenge of achieving that degree. So I don't think it's worthless. My dad told me what I was getting into. He said, son, you're going to have to take out loans. You're going to be heavily in debt. And I said, you know what? It's worth it. Because I think it is. I think college is still worth it nowadays. Of course, there's different avenues for you to make money, but it teaches you about life, most importantly. It teaches you how to be a man. So go to college. Just because Mr. Tate says it here doesn't mean you guys need to fucking not go, all right? Still go to college, get a degree. Highly recommend. And it's fun, dude. It's a great time, and you learn a lot about yourself. Let's go.
Think how fast the world moves. Think of things that are relevant now that weren't relevant 3 weeks ago.
Well,
and you're learning things in a degree
Yeah.
that were from 20 years ago, and it takes you 4 years to learn.
That's going to be completely.
Yes, but Andrew, do you not realize that education also advances as well in itself in college? The things that they're teaching in computer science courses are not what they were teaching back in the day. They're teaching men how to engineer, how to code, how to be real business and tech gurus. I learned a lot of skills in college. Obviously, not as many as I learned at my job when I was working for a tech company, but I learned the essentials about presentation, about speaking to a group of people and not getting nervous, being comfortable in front of people, being comfortable in front of men and women, regardless of age, gender, anything. I can talk to anybody. I could talk to all you watching in front of me, like you guys are on a panel, and I would not be scared. Give me a topic to talk about. Give me a week to research it. I'll draft you a 30-slide presentation and present it to you all in a suit and tie and not bat an eye. And I learned that all from college. So, Andrew, relax, buddy. Just because you made millions and millions and millions through your little cam business doesn't mean that you should hate on the kids that are working their butts off in college. And only go to college if you're ready to. Don't go there just to party. Go there knowing you want to get an education.
Irrelevant by that point.
Bro, Christmas feels like a lifetime ago. It's been a month. And you're going to sit and go to school for 4 years and learn things from 1996 and think that piece of paper is worth anything? The whole thing's a scam, and they know it's a scam. So I sit there and go, well, why would the educational systems want me in jail? Yeah, I say it's a scam. But also maybe it's because I own university.com, www.university.com, and I have an online educational platform, which is the largest school on the planet. And we're teaching financial literacy, and it costs $49 a month, less than a Nando's, and we'll teach kids how to make money online, and they won't go to the school anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so the educational system wants me in jail, the matriarch.
All right, well then why? He's like trying to actively recruit people to go to his Hustlers University. I guess I would say, why do we not have an influx of people joining Hustlers University over going to actual colleges? I don't hear anybody. I never heard anybody at my university saying, oh my gosh, I wish I joined Hustlers University instead of being here. And what is it that you're teaching in Hustlers University? Like, are you teaching kids? There's a difference between teaching kids how to make money and then actively making them money. I want to know the percentage of people that have joined Hustlers University that have learned how to make money but are actually making money, because the only reason I was able to get my job and afford the streaming services I have for you today is through my college degree. Not Hustlers University, bro.
Okay, wants me in the military industrial complex, wants me in jail. Can't wait to go to court. I'm sure it's going to be a fair trial. Can't wait.
Here's where I was going with it, though, yeah?
I'm dead.
I'll be real, Tate. I can't even post this podcast on TikTok because my last TikTok account got banned. It wasn't even clips of you. It was me and the guest speaking about you, and TikTok was like, no, harmful content, take it down. And we released you just saying you're a nice guy. Yep. So I can't even post this on TikTok. And I know one of the reasons for your meteoric rise was to do with the fact that TikTok was getting flooded with Andrew Tate content, literally top G everywhere. But now that's not the case. So how do you actually keep people coming back to the real world, which was once obviously Hustlers University, right? How do you get people coming back and, make sure they know that we are still here?
Yeah, so TikTok have gone, so have Meta, so have Instagram, so have Facebook.
Being banned
I'm banned everywhere, right? And you're right. They don't like people saying,
stay in the gym, boys. Get fucking jacked. Let's go.
They don't like a still picture of me, nothing.
Literally
it's crazy.
nothing,
All I do is I make it obvious to people that the platform exists. And to further go down the rabbit hole of why that platform does exist, it's not for me to make money. I can resign now. I can retire now for the rest of my life if I wanted to live semi-sensibly. If I stopped buying 3 cars a week, I could probably still do that for 10 years. But, I could calm down and live a very...
Chat, I think this guy Andrew Tate has up to 30 cars. It's just unfathomable. I was watching a video of him this morning driving around in his $5.5 million Bugatti. I just can't imagine having that much money. How did he how? What do I need to do to make millions? Because that number is just unfathomable to me. I want to make my goal is to first start off making hundreds of thousands. I want to get a job that makes me $100,000 per year. But then I want to get to $500,000 per year because I think I have what it takes. But $1 million per year, I mean, that is just what has he done to get this much money? I mean, it's just unfathomable. I'm not going to be the average Joe. I'm going to make more. I'm going to make $100,000 at some point. But $1 million, let alone 50 million, 100 million, man, I feel like that's just a gift from God. Extremely rare.
Very nice life. The reason I have the real world is the same reason I have the war room. Because when I talk about all the problems I talk about, the astute members of the populace will say to me, okay, then what's the solution? Andrew, you're right. You're right. The legal system's a joke. They're out to keep us all enslaved. We're not allowed to have an opinion as a man. We live in a matriarchy. My job hates me. What's the answer? And I'm a little bit disappointed in myself that I've only come up with
Is there a little bit of an echo,
two
chat?
answers so far, but they're the only answers that have ever worked for me. And perhaps there's another answer that's better than the ones I have. But the only answers I can come up with, in fact, 3 answers, I apologize, is one, God. You need God. That's the most important thing. The second is you need money. And the third is that you need brotherhood. And I believe if you have those 3 things, you become much harder to be damaged by the system. When I go to jail, I can call my brother and make sure that my women and my children are taken care of. I can have someone to look after them. I have a bunch of money so they can be taken care of. I can get the best lawyers. I have influence. So when they lie about me on the BBC, I can tweet and call them a liar and get more views than the BBC does.
Yeah, literally.
More views than the BBC. Andrew Tate, this. I can just say, lie, fake news, boom, done. So I can fight against them. Well, how do I fight against them? I fight against them with my influence, which is based on my brotherhood and the people I work with inside the war room and the money I have, and God. So when I created the real world, the primary objective is for people to learn how to make money online so they can escape the matrix. Because if you have a job, you're going to be controlled. If you have a job, you can't have an opinion anymore. You can't talk. You can't say certain things online, you'll lose your job. You can't not get the vaccine, you'll lose your job. You can't not wear a mask, you'll lose your job. You have to obey, you have to comply, or you can't pay the mortgage. If you make money for yourself online, you're now harder to control. So when they come along with their infantile ideas and try and force you to perpetuate and purport them, you can sit and say, no, I'm making my own money, you're a liar. So that's the reason I made the real world, and that's the reason I made it so cheap, $49 a month, so people can join and learn how to make money online. And the reason there's the war room is because of brotherhood, because I believe that if you analyze any period of
Wait, chat, did he change the name from Hustlers University to the Real World? Oh, is that why the title is Andrew Tate's Real World? Is now a billion-dollar company. So he rebranded because it used to be Hustlers University. My mistake for saying Hustlers University earlier. It is called Real World. Interesting. I kind of want to just search up what this is really quick, and I don't know, maybe show you guys. What is this? The Real World. Our teaching philosophy. Learn around like-minded people and from like-minded mentors. Teaching how to make money through action, not a textbook. Get our students making money as quickly as possible. Our teaching philosophy. 4K, 10K in sales. Wrote 2023 goal to reach 10K revenue Q1 and did it. Not going to be posting often here until I get to 50 or 100K. My first $1,000 in one day, on track to double my sales this month. So what is it, like sales? Because I remember people talking about his Hustlers University and it didn't do well. So now he's starting another business. Izzy T, Peyton P19, Real Alexa Rose. I don't know about this. Chat. Don't know about this. Let's get back to it though.
history, including Genghis Khan, as we just discussed. It's always been about brothers. What was Genghis Khan? It was a bunch of his boys, bunch of your boys.
Bunch of his boys.
Just conquering.
Yeah,
literally.
bro.
Yeah,
we
just
still do
conquering.
it.
Yeah.
You and your boys, you all get together, you go
Go
to the
out in the
club, you get
cars,
some
yeah.
girls. It's the same. Everyone gets on a horse.
I'm about to go do that
Let's ride
tomorrow,
way.
chat.
What's over there?
Happy motherfucking St. Patrick's
We'll
Day.
find out. We'll take it.
So, brotherhood has always been what conquest is about, and it's also always been a small band of brothers to resist evil. Let's say when Genghis Khan got to Vienna. I'm not going to discuss who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. It's just the natural law of the universe that conflict appears. But the people who were defending Vienna were what? Brothers. Brotherhood. Get your sword. Who are they? Let's go. So if you're in a war, and I believe we are, and I think anyone who's looking at life as anything other than war can't be competitive and is destined to be decimated. If you understand you're in a war, then you need brotherhood and you need money. What does Ukraine keep asking for? Money. You need money to fight. And you need men you can count on, which is why I have the real world that teaches people how to make money online, and the war rooms you can join a fraternity.
You have the men.
That's right, because I believe if you start to make a bunch of money and you get a bunch of men you can rely on, you then become much harder to enslave. That's the reason those two things exist at CobraTate.com, and that's the reason I tell people to join them. And it's not because I'm philanthropic. I want to make it clear. I know the world thinks I'm the nicest man ever. But they don't think that. I'm just going to say it. But it's not because I'm philanthropic. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm trying to help you guys at home. No. If you're a broke loser, you can stay a broke loser. That's completely fine by me. My cars need washing. You can wash them. Don't care. But I don't care.
Oh my
I don't care.
gosh.
But if I'm going to try and crack the matrix, I can't do it by myself. So I want all of the people who agree with what I say and think like I think
Crack the matrix together.
to be rich. Andrew, you have 1,000 fans. Do you want poor fans or rich fans? I want rich fans.
Rich fans, yeah, of course.
Andrew, you have 1,000 fans. Do you want them to all know each other and be part of a brotherhood and be part of a fraternity, or do you want them to be independent and isolated?
Know each other.
To know each other.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I'm raising an army. I'm Genghis Khan. Get on the horse, guys. Get on the horse.
Let's go.
We're going to fight. And you can join, and I'll make your life better by extension. That's one of the greatest things about my brand. I think it's probably one of the reasons I have no problem with the fact they're going to throw me in jail, etc. Because I know I'm living for a purpose. I know that, just like you said earlier on this podcast, if you're an Andrew Tate fan, your life improves. And that's a good feeling. If you're a fan of a normal streamer, your life doesn't improve. If you're a fan of Logan Paul or KSI or these idiots, well, then what do you get? You get sugary drinks and WWF. Great. You don't get anything. I know that if you're a fan of me, your life genuinely improves. And in the karmic circle of the universe, all of that positive energy will end up back with me. There's no way you can take thousands, perhaps millions of people and make them feel more dedicated, more motivated, more happy, more positive, more inspirational. You can do all of those things and not benefit from it in some way. Whether they put me in jail or not. There's good vibes in the universe. I'll pick them up. It's fine. And I'll walk out, tell the BBC, hello, speak to Lucy. No big problem. So I'm very proud of myself because I know I'm doing the right thing. And that's the reason I refuse to shut up. Because if I was only entertaining people, I could shut up. Okay, there's no point going to jail to make people laugh. No, but there is a point in going to jail to make so many people's lives better. So as a professional, to go back to why the real world exists and how I get people to go there, I don't try and sell it to anyone. That's actually a really good point.
You're trying to sell it right now, dude.
Because I'm just trying to see.
No, but it's a good question because if I am a billionaire and I am obviously monumentally financially successful, and I've just explained to people at home why I want them to join, because I want them to be rich. I have a vested interest in them being rich. Your university professor does not have a vested personal interest in you becoming rich. He doesn't care. He's doing a job. I have a vested personal interest in trying to make my fans as rich as possible. Never else in your life is a billionaire going to care about making you money, ever. Only now. It costs less than a Nando's. It's $49 a month. If you still don't join, well, then you're a dumbass. And I don't want you to join anyway. So I've mentioned it enough times, I feel. And I also feel like now I'm at a point where I'm above getting people to join. It exists. And if you're not a loser, you'll join because you want to save your life. And if you don't want to save your life, you want to stay a slave, you can go stay a slave.
But I'm trying to come at it at a point where, for example, you were once the most Googled man on the whole earth.
Better be worth it.
Right? And all these things, the TikTok clips, the podcast, everything, Instagram accounts, Twitter, whatever you name it, they were all a big funneling system for that.
Yeah.
And now where there's the cases, these platforms have banned you, apart from Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, it's like how can you get back to being that most famous man, the most Googled man on the earth?
I don't know if I need to be anymore because, unfortunately,
Hey, shout out
that
Memphis.
documentary was incorrect.
Memphis 6. What's up, bro? How you doing,
I'm
gang?
doing what I believe.
Thanks for popping in, bro.
I'm going to speak to the people I want to speak to. I wanted to see you. That's why we're
Yo,
doing this podcast.
what
I
up?
get 10
What up, bro?
podcast requests a day. I don't do them because I need to do them or I want to do this one, so I'm doing it. It's fun.
Reacting to Andrew Tate, man.
And the people who join the real world who want to be freed from the Matrix will join.
Why are you watching
if
that?
nobody joins, that's fine. I don't need the money.
It's
We
going
have
to get me
over
clicks,
200,000
man.
views anyway.
It's going to get me some clicks.
I know what you're saying. I don't wake up and think, how do I get
It's going to
views?
be a YouTube video.
I don't care anymore. I wake up, I do what I'm supposed to do. I train hard. I see my children. I work. I make a bunch of money. If I have a platform to speak on, I'm going to tell the truth. If I tweet something, it's going to be the truth. And God will do the rest. And it is what it is. And the only reason these things exist are to help
those
the people at
views.
home be valuable.
Got to get a
fans
bag
of
any
mine.
way you can, man.
And I think that's
You're
an
going to be in the
important point
YouTube
terms of
video, bro.
fans. I want to have valuable fans. I don't. If I'm going to raise an army, I want men who can fight.
Yeah, you don't want brokies.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah. If you're going to raise an army, do you want me? Do you want a bunch of men who can't fight? No, you want men who can fight. So if you're going to join my army, you need to be able to train, work hard, and be able to fight. I don't want to go to war with a bunch of.
Bro, it's $50 a month. If you're charging $50 a month to join your program, it better be worth it. I just don't know how much I can trust this man who's been labeled a con artist by certain people. He's literally been labeled a con artist, and he's finessed women through a webcam business. But now he's calling anybody who doesn't join his program losers for wanting to choose a university degree over joining his business that's $50 a month. We need tangible proof. We need tangible proof that this man's real world website, that's what I'm saying. Read it here. He believes it as well. We need tangible proof that this website is legit and it will make all the money you're asking for that this man is stating right here as he's about to get put in jail.
A bunch of idiots. So if you're sitting at home and you're working at McDonald's and you can't escape the rat race, you're not much good to me. So then why are you watching my stuff? Why would you sit here and watch me speak for hours?
And then do fuck all about
And then
it after.
and then not go and join the school and get rich. Like, you must be out of your mind. But
For what I just said, Andrew, your brain works differently. You think that everyone's just going to think you're this all-knowing man and everyone's just going to listen to you like you're their savior and go do whatever you say. First of all, I'm watching this for some clicks because it's going to be nice to put Andrew Tate in the title. But second of all, I'm not watching you to join, your real world website. I didn't even know about it. I just clicked on this video because I thought it would give me clicks.
there are people who do this. And there are some people who you just can't help. There is a huge percentage of the populace which...
Oh, well, that's it. All right. If you guys like that reaction to Andrew Tate, man, go ahead and like up the video, subscribe, comment down below. I'm going to go ahead and if I get enough views, man, I'll react to Andrew Tate more. It's definitely going to be more Andrew Tate on the channel. I hope you guys like that and always say yes. Peace.